Half-Life 2 is a pretty awesome game, but sometimes you just want some things to be different. So what if instead of playing as PhD science man Gordon Freeman, you play as dinosaur hunting Native American warrior Turok? Well, for the Steam Workshop, for Gmod, you can. This mod is called Turok Evolution's Webpack by Ravenholm52, The Best MITBM, and Reptile That's Cool. Basically, it adds in most of the guns from Turok Evolution, faithfully animated and functioning, which is awesome, as one of, if not my favorite weapon sandboxes in all of video games. So when I saw this mess around with it, it got me wondering, can I beat Half-Life 2 as Turok? So let's find out. But first, for this challenge, I can only use Turok guns. So most importantly, no gravity gun. Even if Turok Evolution had the gravity disruptor, which was kind of like a gravity gun, but just in 2002 instead of 2004. But whatever, it's not in the mod. However, I can use stationary guns, because you can use them in Turok Evolution. I'll also allow vehicles, because Turok rides dinosaurs in a few games. And, sure, I guess it counts as vehicles. Without further ado, let's get started. So begin Half-Life 2 as any other playthrough begins, except this time,
I am Turok!
and I have a war club, cause why not? But this was a mistake on my part, cause not even 5 minutes in I tried to be funny and kill this guy, only for it to break the game. So yeah, let's just fast forward a little. Much like the honey badger, Turok does not give a shit. But it's actually quite funny being able to kill NPCs you won't normally be able to kill. Like this guy, or even this douchebag blocking the stairs. But that one broke the game, so I'm just going to fast forward to when you're supposed to be blasting Combine, and let me get rid of this free texture mod. So here we are when Half-Life 2 really starts. I skipped Kleiner Lab as all it is just exposition, so of course I can beat it as Turok. So this is where you get the pistol, which I replaced by, you wouldn't believe this, the pistol, or a snipe pistol if you so incline. Also, I will be using the upgraded version for each weapon when I get them, because I'm too lazy to not do it that way, and why not?
God, I love
Those animations. One thing I noticed is the pistol is a lot stronger than the Half-Life 2 pistol, which, yeah, that's not a big surprise considering no one uses the pistol, which you get the SMG. But still, I'm taking out everyone in 1 to 2 shots. I'm like the freaking Terminator. I even get these guys you're supposed to run away from. Will this run be too easy? Or will the trouble come later? So I'm bracing for the canals like it's nothing. I don't even think the guns for this mod have ammo limits, so I'm pretty much stocked, plus no reloading, so woohoo! Even the manhacks are a complete joke.
triple kill!
Anyways, it's time for my next weapon. Replacing the SMG will be as a minigun, and if you ask me, that's one hell of an upgrade. I mean, damn, not even a Turok game to get the minigun this early. But it uses SMG ammo, and you know the rules.
Yeah, boy.
So, it's now time for apparently the most hated chapter in Half-Life 2. It's a fan boat part. I mean, I don't hate it. Come on, you gotta admit fan boats are pretty badass. I mean, yeah, the boat doesn't control all that good, but hey, wait, Turok, where you going?
Hey, a ghost ride the whip!
So I hit the first roadblock, and I'm already getting my next weapon, the grenades. And holy shit, these are fun to use. They work like regular grenades, but explode upon impact if they hit an enemy. And they got a sticky mode if you want to use that. But enough of all that. I'm happy to see this trick never fails. So next roadblock, I obtained the flechette gun, which replaces the Magnum. And honestly, while I love it in Turok Evolution, it really isn't all that great in this game, or mod, I guess. It might do a little bit more damage than the pistol, but that's debatable because everything kills in 2 shots, at least in this, maybe 1 shot. Ammo for it's more scarce than the pistol ammo, and it can't even destroy boxes. Which, yeah, I know I should use a war club for destroying boxes, but geez man, look how much ammo I could hoard in this video, and you'll see why I don't do it. Overall, I'm quite disappointed with it. I don't hate it, but the pistol is a more reliable option. So moving on, the level goes on as normal. You know, getting chased by a helicopter, dodging metro cops. But then Turok became Crazy Frog. And hey, I don't remember this part in Half-Life 2. Okay, that didn't happen. What I'm guessing what happened is the level transition broke, so it just ended up like this. Pretty weird. So moving on, I get to mount a machine gun like normally, but this spot gets all messed up for some reason. Like, okay, I admit, I've only played Half-Life 2 like twice, not counting this Gmod playthrough, but I swear there's supposed to be enemies here, and there's also an invisible wall here, so I can't cheat. So, time to skip ahead. Alright, it's time to get rid of this helicopter. This battle could actually be pretty tough. Oh. I remember this battle being a lot tougher. So moving on, I take a pot shot at G-Man, and get to Black Mesa East. Which, okay, I'm skipping that chapter, because all this is exposition and it's a gravity gun tutorial, which I'm not using. So, straight to Ravenholm. While Ravenholm was pretty much a gravity gun playground, I don't have the gravity gun, so I just make do with what I have. And it turns out the War Club's actually pretty good for killing zombies. While trying to land a hit on a hit crab can be kind of annoying, it's still pretty effective. So honestly, Ravenholm isn't that bad. But you know, screw everything else, it's shotgun time. The shotgun itself functions normally as you'd expect a shotgun to function, but here's the kicker. You can pump it 4 times a shot, which is way more devastating than just firing 2 shots at once. So let's see how it fares against the poison zombie, which is a pretty tanky enemy. In fact, my first encounter with one sort of went like this. Now, let's test out the Turok shotgun.
Groovy.
Holy shit. Using this shot in Ravenholm feels like I'm cheating, but I don't care, cause it's awesome. So obviously, I'm able to escape from Ravenholm pretty easily. Like how Kurt Russell escaped from New York City. And LA.
My name's Elmer.
Now out of Ravenholm, this is where the game introduces the Combine Overwatch, who are going to be the main enemy for the rest of the game. The first enemy is a sniper guy. Now please tell me these Turok grenades work on snipers. Nice. It's about time for another arsenal upgrade. This one being the plasma cannon, which replaces the pulse rifle. The main function fires just a regular plasma ball and it's not really that good. It does good damage, but not really all that good. While the second function fires plasma bolts that heat-seek the enemies, it uses less ammo, so it's the best option. And finally, the third function fires a chain shot. I'll get more use out of that later. So now it's the start of Highway 17, where it starts off with this buggy and... oh. Well, that's embarrassing.
Bullshit!
Anyways, I actually quite like this chapter, as there's a lot of side areas you can go to, which gives the player a lot of freedom to explore if you want to, which is pretty cool. Anyways, it's time to get the rocket launcher. The Turok Evolution rocket launcher is honestly my favorite rocket launcher in video games ever. It fires one big rocket with a couple little rockets following it around, and does insane amounts of damage. It has a couple of other attachments too that I'll discuss later, but what I'm worried about right now is how it will translate to Half-Life 2. You see, in Half-Life 2, to take down a gunship, you have to use a laser-guided rocket to sort of juke it out, or it'll shoot down the rocket. The problem being is that the Turok rocket launcher isn't laser-guided. So, it's time for the moment of truth. I get the rocket launcher from Mr. Cool.
Hi, my name is Mr. Cool, and I'm going to be your Italian teacher for your sophomore year.
And after that, I make my way upstairs for the fight of the century. Wow, that was easy. Man, Destroyer's gonna be a complete freaking joke. Moving on from bullying the gunship, I get to a pretty cool set piece, that being the crane part. It's pretty cool you can go into third person too, which I didn't even know.
Hey, how's it going?
This part shows how kick-ass the physics are in the Source engine, or at least how they were. And looking at my footage, damn, do I suck at picking up the buggy.
Fuck! Fuck!
Finally, I get the buggy to the side, and now I gotta make it over to the gap. And Damn, well, shit happens, I guess. Alright, second try, let's go. Ah, shit. What, is Turok too much of a fat ass swing to buggy down and make a jump? Ah, whatever. Third time's a charm, let's go. I never remember this part giving me this much shit. So I don't know if I just suck at this part, or in Gmod if it's broken or some shit, but damn, was I pissed off. Due to it being Gmod, I can only restart the part before the crane, and that takes a couple minutes to do before I can make the jump. So I just said fuck it. Just like a girlfriend, I'm gonna cheat. If you want to cut the run as over, go ahead, but come on, that was bullshit. That part was never hard in Half-Life 2, so moving on from that debacle, I remember the roller mines being more dangerous. Whatever. Now it's time for the final weapon, the tech bow. Getting the bow this late is crazy for a Turok, but whatever. It's pretty much a dedicated sniper weapon. Well, in its own game, it's one of the most reliable weapons with explosive and poison arrows, but in Half-Life 2, it's not really all that amazing considering it fires crossbow bolts, so you only get the common arrow type. And you gotta pull the arrow back before firing, so it doesn't play with the shot, so it gets overshadowed by everything else. Right after getting the bow, there's a roadblock. And after clearing it out, the way you normally do it is using the gravity gun to knock down this APC powering the shield wall so you can get your buggy past it. I tried blowing it up with a rocket launcher, but I ended up using the gravity gun. But since I couldn't use the gravity gun and I used it, I decided to not go back to the buggy and just leg it from here. Thankfully, Turok has no stamina meter, which is canonically accurate. I mean, do you know how fast he was going in that first game? So now I get to the most pants-shittiest part of Half-Life 2, the bridge. Damn, my headcrab placement is so fucking mean. However, I make it through there with no problem, because I ain't no bitch. As I'm clearing out the combine on the other side of the bridge, I get stopped by the force field. Usually you gotta gravity gun it, but it turns out you can shotgun it. An important lesson to remember. So right after bullying another gunship,
Why you bully me?
I get to the top of the bridge, and damn, I thought I was fucked here. Because I don't have the buggy to escape the train. So what the fuck am I gonna do? I really thought the train was going to insta-kill me, but no. Much ado about nothing, I guess. So, time to move on. Remember that part of the puzzle to open the gate so you get your buggy through it? Yeah, it turns out you can just squeeze through the gate. Kinda funny, actually. I'm going to gloss over the part of the lighthouse because I just steamrolled the encounter. Hey! I wasn't even using that. Anyways, it's time to play Tremors with the Antlions. Well, I'm sure there's a way to beat this part without touching the ground. I don't know how to do it. But hey, that gives me another excuse to use the minigun, so I ain't complaining. Damn, firing this thing, I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something.
Come on, kill me, I'm here!
So after running out of all my minigun rounds,
I am completely out of ammo. That's never happened to me before.
I make it to the rocks, and now it's time for Turok to earn his name.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Okay, I had to add the mod in. I mean, come on, you can't have Turok fight dinosaurs. So I do the bug beat tutorial to get it over with, but I'm not going to use it, don't worry. So now that out of the way, me and my Antlion army begin our march on Nova Prospect to free our boy Eli. Come on, free my boy, he didn't do anything. Moving on to the courtyard, which I always thought was a pretty tough part in the game, even with the Antlions on your team, because of all the enemies and the wave of gunships. But as established earlier, the rocket launcher destroys them all like a quarterback going against a kid with a potato for a heart. However, it is here in Nova Prospect I encounter my deadliest adversary, plastic crate.
What the
Moving on, I actually quite like the Nova Prospect levels. I always consider the best of Half-Life 2 to be from Ravenholm to Nova Prospect. While yeah, the Turok arsenal can be a bit much, I can't use a gravity gun or bug bait, which slows the game down a bit, so it's a fair trade-off I suppose. An example of needing the gravity gun would be here with this fan. I swear, there's gotta be a way to stop this fan without using the gravity gun. Maybe there is? Maybe there isn't. I don't know. But I get frustrated, so just like your boyfriend, I'm gonna cheat. So I guess I can't be Half-Life 2 as Turok, but fuck you, I'm going on anyway. If you want to count the runners over, then go ahead, but I just want to go as far into this as I can. And if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you, I appreciate it. But now back to the video. Another thing that slows me down is these trip mines. Usually you just throw a bug bait and make antlions walk into them, or use the gravity gun to throw something at it. But I have to rely exclusively on grenades, or antlions just walking into them by chance. So yeah, it can be a bit of a process. Not gonna lie, this part of the dumpster had me worried, but I eventually moved to a fully war club. Took forever though. And I also remember this part of the closing walls being a little more stressful, but whatever.
Not even close.
Finally, I freed a homie Eli from being shipped to Palm Beach Pete's Island. And I also have some fun with sticky grenades. It's pretty impressive how close these weapons are compared to the game they're from. Fast forward to the end of Nova Prospect. It's honestly way too easy with the turrets, as is mostly everything in this playthrough.
You can do it!
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So I escaped Nova Prospect and dick around Clanner's lab for a bit, before I'm back on the streets and fighting with the revolution.
Shut the fuck up, cracker! Crack-ass cracker! When the revolution comes, I'm taking you out first!
I encounter my next roadblock in this metal panel. I mean, come on, even I could move that away. But the real problem is these hopper mines. You see, in Half-Life 2, you just pick them up and basically they don't blow up in your face. But I don't have the option to do so I'm pretty much fucked. I even tried blowing them up, but it didn't work. Honestly, I don't know why I even tried that. So yeah, I respond. Which counts as cheating, but you already know I'm doing it, so I'm just going as far as I can. To be honest, hopper mines are no joke when you don't have a gravity gun. They even get me a couple times.
Bullshit!
It's a pretty interesting way to play the game, as the hopper mines are pretty much a joke in vanilla Half-Life 2. In a way, only being able to avoid them makes the game more challenging. But not in a bad way, except when it is. So moving on quite a bit to the part where you gotta protect Alex hacking into his computer while with the Combine attacker, I decided it was the perfect time to use the chain lens, and damn, it makes this part completely trivial. The shield is now down, and I try shooting the orb with explosives, but it doesn't work. So unfortunately, I have to resort to using a gravity gun. Anyways, I completely forgot I had swarm bores. For those of you without elite ball knowledge, Swarm Borers is an alternate function for a rocket launcher which fires these little nano bugs that rip apart whoever's unlucky enough to get fired at. I only have a few shots, so fuck it, let's try it out.
Man, that's neat!
Well, you can only expect so much from the Source engine. Moving on, Half-Life 2 goes on as normal. Alex gets captured, and Gordon, or well, Turok in this case, trudges on. At this part of the blocked door, I thought I was going to have to cheat again, but turns out I could just move the plank through the chain link fence, or window, or whatever it's supposed to be. So, go figure. Is it me, or is this elevator in the warehouse much slower? Finally, damn. Time to rescue Barney. Saving Barney is actually quite easy, because I have more grenades than I know what to do with. So I'm just chucking them like I'm in a World at War.
Hey, me bottle of scrumpy. Kaboom!
Something's coming out of here. Look, there's a bird, dude. It knows what's good.
Oops, I killed him. Moving on.
Anyone who's played Half-Life 2 knows what's coming up. And let me tell you something, you tripod fuckers. You ain't gonna know what hits you. So after dodging airstrikes, I make it to the Overwatch Nexus. And I'll be honest, this is my least favorite part in Half-Life 2. Mostly because these fucking sentry guns. Normally you just kill them by chucking a grenade in one. But the Turok grenades aren't working for whatever reason. Believe me, I tried to get them working. Oh my god, did I try? So it looks like this chapter will unfortunately have to be skipped. Besides, even if I get past the sentries, I still need the gravity gun. So, it's gotta get skipped. So skipping the Nexus, it's time to fight the Striders. Now the gunships went down in one shot, so the Striders should go down pretty easily. Okay, maybe Striders have a bit more health than I remember, or the rocket launcher doesn't do that much damage to them. And let me fast forward just a bit. So, bad news. The Turok rocket launcher can't kill the Striders, so I have to rely on rebels to kill the Striders for me. I guess I shouldn't have talked shit earlier in the video. Wow, that was easy. Man, the Striders gonna be a complete freaking joke.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Since I can't kill the Striders, I just run away from them, which actually works out. However, it's not long until I'm forced to fighting a couple of them. So that's when I pull out the biggest of big guns. The nuke. So how do you see like bastards like atomic obliteration? It did nothing. Damn, it's like a 1950s World of Worlds movie all over again. Anyways, for some reason I think I can kill him with the explosive arrows, but no, I can't. So you know the drill. Skip. On to the finale of Half-Life 2, the Citadel. Did you know you can go in third person on the rail sarcophagus thing? Because I didn't. It's actually pretty cool, you can see things that weren't really meant to be seen. Like how sometimes it's not even connected to the rail, or connected to nothing at all.
Detected. Confiscation field engaged.
This is what anti-gun people think will happen in a gun-free zone. But anyways, it's pretty cool to Turok guns have 3D models. Normally this is where you get the overcharged gravity gun, but as you remember, no gravity gun for me. So I decided to give myself the War Club and an item from the mod called the Super Bow, which honestly just plays and looks like the regular bow from Turok Evolution. For those who don't know, Turok Evolution has a default bow and a tech bow. Tech bow will bring pretty much the upgraded version of the weapon. I also gave myself the flamethrower from Alien vs Predator, because fuck it. Turok uses a flamethrower in some of the games, so why not? To be honest, this section, just like in the base game, is pretty easy. I could even just skip the Strider at the end. Okay, I cheated. Surprised? The whole lead up to Breen's office is far less impressive in third person, considering I just float up. Getting to the office is a standard affair, which is no surprise. Mossman betrays Breen, letting Gordon, Alex, and Eli escape. Alright, it's time to kick some ass and save the Earth. Turok style.
To be destroyed, and even in some which are essentially impossible.
Well, that's just prime.
Did you know when you die in this part, you respawn in this room? Pretty weird. Anyways, it's time for round 2. At first I just tried shooting Breen in the bubble, but surprise surprise, doesn't work. So now I know I need to get to the top. And thankfully I don't die from any of the energy balls. Boy, that was embarrassing. Fighting to the top isn't so bad without the overcharged gravity gun, but this section was never that bad to begin with. When I finally get to the top, I try my strategy that I used last time, but it doesn't work. As for the fight, you need to have the gravity gun to fire the energy balls at Breen, so I decided since I don't have that, I went for my last resort, the nuclear option. And it does nothing. Fuck. Well, things look pretty bad. I got one last trick up my sleeve. What if I were to kill Breen before he got to the reactor? Delightfully devilish, psycho. Funny fact about Gmod, since the cart counts as a vehicle, you can just leave whenever you want.
What's this? Oh, right over there. You have my gratitude, Doctor. First you lead me straight to the doorstep of my oldest friend, and then you deliver yourself? Ensures I can just do it, man. I try to make with a combine.
Dr. Breen. Wallace.
Yes, Judith, what is it?
The bargain we should be making is for Eli's life so he can continue his research.
Thanks to you, we have everything we need in that regard. You're more than qualified to finish his research yourself.
Well, looks like it's over. Turns out you can't be half like Jewish Turok. To be honest, I kinda saw this coming, as no gravity gun for a game with a gravity gun built around it was a disaster waiting to happen. But using the Turok arsenal was pretty cool. And in a way, it kinda makes you want to do this again but with a different character's arsenal. But I know it'll probably end the same way. Anyways, thank you so much for making it to the end. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, then I appreciate a like, or just subscribing, or just say I appreciate it, you appreciated it. And hey, Turok Origins Spring 2027, woo! But come on, where's the remaster of Turok Evolution? Please, Night Dive, please, I'm begging you. Hey, no funny little closing segment here, just me talking. Yeah, like all my videos, this took me way too long to make, and I'll be honest, I'm kind of losing my interest in making videos. I still want to make videos if that makes sense, but I just haven't had the interest to do it. I tend to have a problem with procrastination with a lot of things, so I apologize for the 2 people who watch this video, or my videos in general, that I don't upload more frequently. With everything that's been going on, I'm not sure I'm going to do another video anytime soon, but if I do, it'll probably be another review. But that's not set in stone or anything. So thank you for watching, and I hope things are going well for you.